What was it about South Carolina that made you say, this is where I want to be?
They never stopped coming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Originally I was committed to Tennessee, and they never stopped. They never stopped believing that this was the place that I was supposed to be at. They never stopped emphasizing that staying home, you can do everything that you would do at another school. At home, it's your home school. So I live an hour and 30 minutes away, so it's not too far from home. My family can come to every game, so it's home.
Do you have any receivers, players that you kind of model your game after?
I definitely say Amara St. Brown. Just because we kind of play the same position, and a lot of the routes that he runs, I run a lot of those same routes, and just the tempo that he plays with in the game, and just his knowledge of being in the right place at the right time is just something that I just want to add to my game, and I'm trying to add to my game even more. But just watching film of him, Coach Furry always does cut-ups of him just for me, just because we run a lot of the same stuff. So just him and the way he does things on the field, that's something that I definitely try to put into my game for sure.
What's going on? I'm Luke Doty, current Gamecock football player. Join us each week as we talk Gamecock football with current and former Gamecock football players right here on 1801 Media. Welcome back to the Whole 9 Yards, brought to you by 1801 Media. I'm your host, Luke Doty, here with our second guest, episode 2, Mazeo Bennett. Mazeo, appreciate you coming on.
For sure.
Let's jump right into it, man. How has your first year in Columbia been? Coming from Greenville, you're an in-state kid. What's it been like for you?
It's been everything I thought it was going to be and more. Coming from Greenville, I've always had my eye on the Gamecocks, and finally being able to be in that uniform, being on that field on Saturday making plays, that's just something I've always dreamed of, and I'm just glad to be doing it,
Dream come true. You go back to the recruiting process. What was it about South Carolina that made you say, this is where I want to be? Home state, home school. Right. What was that like, the recruiting process?
Really, it was just they never stopped coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Originally, I was committed to Tennessee, and they never stopped. They never stopped believing that this was the place that I was supposed to be at. They never stopped emphasizing that staying home, you can do everything that you would do at another school. At home, it's your home school. So, it was nothing to me just to come back and just be here in Columbia. I live an hour and 30 minutes away, so it's not too far from home. My family can come to every game, so, it's home.
Yeah, I was just kind of saying, similar to my situation, obviously, you had a lot of offers,
right.
A lot of places you could go, but being able to represent your home state, it's something that you're going to have that forever.
Right.
And just the support system that comes with being a Gamecock, and how many supporters and just people around the state, they know who you are,
right? And
they're gonna take care of you for the rest of your life.
And that's the biggest thing. You taking care of more when you at home than going somewhere else.
That's exactly right, dude. So what has your support system been like? Obviously, you're from Greenville,
right?
You're an hour and a half away. It's close for everybody. So how has that been, just having that support system and the people, where you come from behind you at all times?
I'm not going to lie, I kind of feel like high school, to be honest. How everybody in your family can just come to your game. It's that's really what it feels like. It feels like it's not too far from my family. They carpool to get to the games, and they come deep, you know what I'm saying? We go on the Gamecock walk,
you always got a big crowd.
Yeah, they just all be there. It's 20 of them, I just love it, just walk through and you just see familiar faces everywhere, and that means the most to me, because I'm a big family guy. Family means a lot to me. So when I walk through and I just see them, I'll be okay, it's game, it's go time now. You know what I'm saying? It's go time now.
That kind of gets you grounded too.
Sure.
You get to. I had a buddy in high school. He always told me that no matter how many people are in the stands, look up and find your family, the people you love most, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So just having that, dude, that's all, that's what it's about.
I'm trying to tell you. And I'm blessed to have my family be able to come see me, to come support me. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome.
Yeah.
For real.
So as an early enrollee, obviously you got here in January. Obviously that's something that, is kind of starting to make its way through high school. You start to see more early enrollees come in. what was that transition like, you know, coming from high school to college? You know, what are you, 18? 18,
yeah, I'm
19
now. I just had my birthday,
now?
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be going to prom and, you know, you're doing spring ball and stuff. What was that like for your development, and kind of how did that help you get to the point you're at now?
At first, man, I was like, oh my, like the first Luke Day workout that I had, bro, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. Well, I went through it, and I coming from somebody that works out all the time. Like coming from high school, bro, I work out every day, twice a day. But bro, that first college workout, it was something different, and it was something like I told myself, bro, I never want to feel like this again. So, I mean, just that going through that, I feel like that really helped me know, like, okay, like, you don't got it yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's still so much in your game, so much that you need to do to get better. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like coming in early, that transition, it was really kind of like a humbling moment, a humbling experience. Like, you don't got it yet, but you're close. You know what I'm saying? You close, and you can do this. You know what I'm saying? It was really like a confidence booster coming in here. Like, you can do it. It's not impossible. Mm-hmm. Facts.
Those Luke Day workouts are crazy.
Oh, my. First one, I was like, oh my God, I can never feel like this again. Facts. I can't remember what we did. I think it was like this. It was some chain.
It was probably those sleds. Yeah, that sled on Friday.
Chain drags, bro. You had like 3 of them. I was like, oh my God, what are we doing?
Dude, that's so funny. It's like it's funny to see, like, because I've been through like my freshman year. It was Coach Paul Jackson. He was I think he's at Utah State now. Okay. And a lot of what we did was like Olympic style. So it was, you know, quick, you know, get in, get out, kind of, you know, do what you got to do and leave. And then, you know, Coach Day and his staff came in, and man, it was like this is a completely new
something
world.
I ain't never did before. Tight workout,
crawling and stuff, dude.
Right. It gets you tired in a different way. Like, you ain't used to being tired like that.
That's awesome, dude.
Nah, that's
so. Talk about the day in the life of Mazeo Bennett. You're a freshman, early enrollee. Kind of, what is a day in your life like? Obviously, you're balancing schoolwork. You got to go to class, practice, meetings, all that stuff. So how do you kind of balance all that stuff, and what is that like?
Shoot, day in my life. Also, I say normal day, you got treatment early in the morning. We got to be in the building. What time we got to be in the building? About 7:15. Yeah. So treatment is about 6:30. So I wake up probably about 5:57. I say 5:57. I got to give myself 3 minutes to just lock in, you know?
Get right.
Yeah, so probably about 5:57, I get up, get myself together, take out my pup. You know what I'm saying? Take him outside, make sure you use the bathroom. Then after that, get to the building probably about 6:30. 6:30, probably get to the building about 6:30, do treatment on my body, get my body feeling good for the day. Then 7:15, you got a lot of time, you got to eat breakfast, stuff like that. And then, you know, we got that team meeting, then we got special team meeting. We got all type of meetings, then we get to practice. Dude. Finally get to practice. We practice. And then right after practice, some days I go back in there and do treatment again just to get that practice off my body. And then after that, it's on the study hall. Study hall probably about an hour, probably 1:30 to 2:30. And then I got a class at 2:55. And then I got another class after that. So this is a long day for me. And then I got 2 classes, 2:55 to probably about 5-something. And then after that, on Tuesday and Thursday, I got a tutor from 7 to 8. And then that's trying to find it for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, it'd be long days. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it'd be long days.
I remember those days, dude. It's like, you know, you got so much going on in the morning, and then you got to find that time to like push through it in the afternoon.
Facts. You got to find that time. Some days you don't got time to take no nap, so you really got to fight through it. Boy.
That's hilarious. And then you got, I think you've done a really good job of taking care. I think, like you mentioned, taking care of your body. That's something that I think a lot of guys don't really do at such a young age. You know, you kind of realize it as you get older. It's like, man, I need to do a little bit of extra stuff.
Got to do a little bit more than what I'm doing. Yeah,
it's good that you're doing that early and kind of, you know, getting a routine down that will carry you through, you know, the rest of your career. You've stayed extremely healthy. You've played a lot, and you've definitely done a good job staying healthy, and that's something that's really
always
important.
Be easy, though. I tell you that you gotta be on yourself about it. But I mean, once you find your little routine, then it kind of come easy.
No doubt. So we had some coaching changes at the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah.
We went through 2 receiver coaches in a matter of like 3 weeks or something.
Right.
Coach Furry comes in, and man, it's been so much fun.
Right.
Being with him and being in that room. Just the knowledge and the experience that he brings. Obviously, he played in the NFL for a while, had a great career on both sides of the ball. I mean, guy played defense.
That's what I'm saying.
Too.
Did everything. It's kind of crazy, but I feel like Coach Furry definitely been a blessing in disguise.
No doubt.
Just our receiver room in general, not just for me, but our receiver room in general. Just the knowledge, like you said, that he brings is just. And it's just been awesome. I feel like I've learned so much that I didn't know about football in this past year. So, I mean, Coach Furry, he's definitely a guy for me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I look up to, just the way that he lives his life. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't curse. He doesn't do a lot of stuff. He's a godly guy, a godly man. And that's just something that I want to be for my kids. You know what I'm saying? The guy that he is for his, that's something I want to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
He sets a great example, like you said, for our room. Just I guess the passion and the work ethic that it takes to not only get to the next level, like he always talks about, but have a lot of success there. I think for, young guys like you and a lot of the other guys in our room that are having great careers so far and that are looking to get to that next level, he's probably one of the best to follow.
You know what I'm saying?
Know what I mean?
Like, he's a perfect role model for anything dealing with that. And
yeah,
he set the standard for sure.
Standard. He always talks about the standard, dude, and it's so true. Playing in D'Lo's offense, it's an NFL style offense. Right. There's a lot of moving parts. Kind of, what do you feel like is the best part about being in that system, and how have you kind of taken the role that you have on the team? You've been a guy that we've been able to move inside, outside, backfield, a lot of different things. How has that kind of taken your game to the next level?
Right. Just understanding my role, and I feel like the biggest thing coming in is just doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to be something other than what I'm supposed to be and what I can be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Just being locked in, being coachable, just a lot of stuff. I feel like that's definitely taking my game to another level. Being able to take criticism, being able to grow, you know what I'm saying? Take the pats on the back, but not letting it go too far, you know what I'm saying? But
not letting it get in your head.
Yeah, facts. That's definitely been something I took from being in this offense, because, you know what I'm saying, there is definitely a lot of moving parts, a lot of going deep, taking shots, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just learning the game, learning where I'm supposed to be, learning to run my routes for other people, not just for myself. So I feel like that's definitely something that's taking my game to another level.
I think that's the biggest part of being in a pro style, because I've been in a couple different offenses. I think it's my 3rd offense now, and all of them have been pro style, and it's kind of cool. Like once you get to the league, it's kind of the same. Everybody runs the same stuff, different verbiage and stuff. And that was, something that I realized going from a couple different offenses into some more, that nothing really changes. It just, the picture changes, the presentation of it changes. Right. But as far as the idea, the concept and stuff, and understanding that stuff, that will never change.
And that's another thing, the concept was like learning concepts rather than just learning to play. I feel like that's something that could take you a whole nother level. And just being a young guy, at first I really didn't understand it. I was really just trying to learn what I had, doing what I had to do. But now that I'm learning like the entirety concept of the play, I feel like it's definitely help my teammates, you know what I'm saying? Because now I know what he has too. So now, okay, bet I can go this way. I can take time here. Just stuff like that.
You kind of know what everybody else is doing. So, like you said, sometimes you're just, it's that love of the game.
Yeah, facts. Love of the game.
Camp log route.
Well, the log routes, but you got to do it though. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. Like once you learn where everybody, okay, I got to run this route full. Even though I know I'm probably not gonna get the ball right here, but it's gonna get somebody else. It's definitely gonna get somebody else open for sure.
So take us through your first touchdown as a Gamecock. We're in Kentucky. It's packed. We're on the road. Big SEC game. Big SEC opponent. When we got the play call, I'm not gonna say what it is. Don't want to put anything out there, but You know, we got the call. I remember sitting there on the sideline, and I was like, you know, we ran it all week. We knew what we were going to get.
Right.
And I remember standing there. I was like, this is three's ball. Like this is coming to three. And
sure.
you know, obviously it got called. Your number's called. What was that like? You know, just being in that moment,
right.
and I guess moments leading up to it during the week. How did you put yourself in that position to succeed?
Just going through the week, I feel like it's been a consistent ball. You know what I'm saying? A consistent ball that me and Lenore pitch and catch. The biggest thing is just everybody running their route full speed. Man, I give props to Ben Dravis, you know what I'm saying? Tully, he ran a great route, full speed route, man, and it kind of just took the corner out to play and then opened it up for me on the outside. And man, just when I got into the end zone, it kind of didn't feel like I was supposed to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like being an away game, and everybody kind of just goes quiet, and it was just like, man, like I really just did that. You know? And
it's such a surreal feeling.
You know, you got all these celebrations in your head that you're going to do if you score. Bruh, I was not thinking about none of those. I just screaming. I started screaming, bruh. I just had to let it out, man. It just feel like, man, this is something that the little me back in the day, man, this is something that he's just been like, man, it's just been a dream to him. Yeah. And it kind of was like, man, I'm just making it come true. And I was just like, man, this is everything I've ever worked for. So I just had to let it out. You know what I'm saying? I had to let it out. That was really what it was. It was a great feeling, though.
I think that's so funny because, like, it's so true, too. You get in the end zone and you're like, you have this stuff planned. Like, you plan it out in your head during the week.
You definitely plan it out
all
all week.
It. And then the moment comes and it's like, your mind kind of goes blank. And you're like, I don't know what to do except for like throw my hands up in the air and
do
like
anything but what I thought I was gonna do. Like that's the thing, bro. It's crazy.
That's hilarious. So you've been the highest graded true freshman through I think pretty much every single week. You've been up there. How does that kind of show? And I guess your preparation during the week. How does that help you get out there on Saturday and really put yourself in position to make plays? When you're out there, we have a lot of productivity. Right. Like you're always, you're catching the ball, you're getting first down at first down, and chains are moving. So during the week, how do you prepare yourself and kind of give yourself a chance to go out there and do that stuff?
Honestly, I feel like practice is my biggest aid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just going out there, I feel like I tell people all the time, I feel like practice is just like a high school game. You know what I'm saying? We practice so hard that it feels like you just played a game. Mm-hmm. Every practice feels like you played a game. That's why I did so much, or I do so much now to make my body feel good, because it's like every practice is like, oh, we're going mm-hmm. full speed every rep. And I feel like that definitely translates over to the game, because the better you practice, the more that you take practice serious, the better you don't even know how good you can be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like those reps that you get at practice, 9 times out of 10 gonna be the same reps that you gonna get in the game. So if you get that ball, you get the ball, get upfield, make a play, you know what I'm saying? Even if at practice we're not just hitting each other, you know mm-hmm. what I'm saying? But just getting that feel, getting upfield, drop stepping, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, it's gonna take you a long way. Yeah. I feel like in the game it's definitely been shown.
It's all those little things that lead up to the big moment,
and the little things for sure.
A lot of times that stuff, it's all behind the scenes, and a lot of people see the lights on Saturday and all the big plays being made, but they don't see like the small stuff we do at practice, like all the indie stuff with Furry. Like I think the main one that comes to mind is I think it was the LSU game.
Yeah. Okay.
We had worked on the coming back to the ball for like if it was a deep ball a little bit underthrown, got to come back to it. And the same week, Gage caught that ball, and we got a PI. Yeah. So it's like the stuff we do at practice shows up, and it's
translates for sure.
It's crazy how that works.
Facts, because that's another thing. Like your coach gonna tell you what's gonna happen in the game. That's one thing about Coach Ferrer. I feel like everything that he say is gonna happen. It happens.
It usually happens.
Every time you think like you go through the week, man, you might not have touched the ball like that through the week, but you be like, your time gonna come. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come. Just be ready. And every time he say that, man, it happens.
It happens every for time. Sure. It happens for sure. So you've got high expectations for yourself. The bar is set high for you. by the coaches, the outside world. How do you manage that and kind of keep yourself grounded and just play your game?
Right. I just give it all to God. You know what I'm saying? I never let nothing get to me. I feel like anytime I feel like something's getting to me, I kind of just give it to God. You know what I'm saying? I give it to him. I get down on my knees and pray just because, like, if it's getting to me, then I know that I've let it get to me too much. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I give it to him, he's going to handle it. And he's going to put me in the right position to do whatever it is that I need to be doing. So, I mean, that's really my answer for that. You know what I'm saying? My parents definitely put that in my head a long time ago. And they still are to this day that, man, whatever you feel like is too heavy on your shoulders, anything, whatever you have, you know what I'm saying? You can go to God with it, get down on your knees and pray, because at the end of the day, he's the only one that knows who you really are, knows who you are behind closed doors. And he's the only one that, you know what I'm saying, can take that weight off your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my answer for anything.
That's powerful. That's really powerful. So, do you have any receivers, I guess players that you kind of model your game after? Like when you go out there, if say you got a press corner, like are you thinking, releases? I know the best in the game, Devontae Adams, he's best at releases. Justin Jefferson, route running. Do you kind of have, a guy that you look to, to kind of model your game after, or like who do you take stuff from?
I definitely say Mazeo St. Brown, just because like we kind of play the same position, and a lot of the routes that he runs, I run a lot of those same routes, and just the tempo that he plays with in the game, and just his knowledge of being in the right place at the right time is just something that, like, I just want to add to my game, and I'm trying to add to my game even more. But just watching film of him, I mean, Coach Furry always like does cut-ups of him just for me, just because we run a lot of the same stuff. So just him and the way he does things on the field, that's something that I definitely try to put into my game for sure.
D'Lo always talks about getting open in the timing of the play, and I think that's, especially in the slot position, you do a lot of different things. One play you're running a choice route, the next play you're running a pressure post. And it's like you gotta have to understand where you are in relation to everybody else, and that goes back to talking about thinking conceptually and learning where everybody else is. And I think that's a huge part, especially in your game. Just in the different places, that you get put in,
Facts.
So this is a cool question. Have you had a like welcome to college football moment, like in a game, practice? I know you talked about the workout, but kind of like this is what it is.
Nah, okay, yeah. In spring ball, I can't remember. I think it was one of our scrimmages that we had throughout the spring, and I was on the front line on kickoff return. I'm the smallest dude out there on the front line of kickoff return, man. I tell Jody, man, oh, boy. Hey. But it's one day, you know what I'm saying? I got a block. I can't remember what I had to block. I think it was the L3. And it was big Connor Cox. You know what I'm saying? Boy, he running at me full speed, yo. And I'm clicking my cleats. I'm dropping back, set my feet, about to block him. Bow. I said, yo. I had to pop back up, like shake my head, like, yo, dang, that just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was definitely my welcome to college moment right there.
That's awesome, dude.
He ran through me.
Dude, those special teams periods will get you.
Oh my God. Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get out there and do it. So that was definitely my welcome to college moment right there. Me and Connor still talk about that to this day, man.
That's hilarious.
Man, you know you ain't have to do me like that. Nah, for real.
I think mine was Georgia. This is 2020. We played Georgia. I think it was the second to last game of the season.
Yeah.
We were running like a fake jet sweep, throwing a screen back to the left. And I remember I like reversed out, faked the jet sweep, took my drop like facing the field, and turned back to like throw the screen.
Yeah.
And there was like 6'8" defensive ends
in your face.
And I think I jumped up to like try to get it over, and I just got like barrel rolled.
Yeah.
And I remember getting up. I was like, yeah, this is like,
this is real.
This is real.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I think it was my second, like, or it was my first like actual start. And you go into it, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, do that, and then you know, that happened. I think it was in like the second quarter. And I was like, oh Lord, this is
this
I'm in
real.
for a
And
long
I'm here
day
for sure. Yeah, facts. That's definitely what it'd be like.
Oh man,
that'd be crazy. Yo. I can't
just to
lie.
think back on that stuff is like
that moment in particular, because me and Connor, we do that play every day at practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every day at practice. That was the funny thing about it. Like, I'm like, there's no way he just did that. Like, I'm talking about he ran through my face. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I just had to shake it off and keep on going.
That's the biggest thing, dude. Is just you got to get up and, you know, you watch it on film, you're like, man, that really happened.
Yeah, you got me.
And then you just, you know, you move on and like do it over again.
Then we watching it in the team room in the special team, me and everybody just see it. Everybody look at me and start laughing. I started laughing too. It was funny for me. I was like, man, you got me, bro. You got me.
That's
good.
awesome.
Facts.
So you've got, I always see you wearing that bracelet. You got the tattoo on your back. I think it's, what is that?
So this right here, this is just for like, I feel like everybody who was important to me and my family, you know what I'm saying? All the women that's important to me right here. And then I got my grandma Duffy, she's tatted right here on my on my forearm, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I definitely play through her, you know what I'm saying? And she's in me, she watches over me all the time, you know what I'm saying? She was definitely a big part of my life growing up, you know what I'm saying? She was always watching as my parents were at work, she was always watching it, and I just feel like she's just my biggest motivational factor, you know what I'm saying? She's what gets me up every morning, keeps me going every day. And I just feel like I give a lot of props to my success to her. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? She's definitely something that motivates me. Everybody talk about find something that motivates you. And I just feel like the fact that she was never here to watch me do what I'm doing, it's just what keeps me going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to put on just for her.
Yeah.
Fast.
That's powerful, dude.
Yeah.
That's really powerful. I think it goes back to what you were saying about, you know, your parents kind of instilling that value of give it up to God. And obviously that's, everybody talks about like, what's your why? What's your why? And, you know, just knowing that and having that, you know, when you go out onto the field, you know, it's kind of like no matter what I do, you know, she's going to be proud. And just, you know, knowing that is super powerful, and it'll get you through a lot.
It definitely have got me through a lot for sure.
That's powerful, really powerful. So you always have, you know, these really dope fits. Like I always see, you know, sometimes coming in the facility, you got some vintage stuff on, and then the next day it's designer. Like, what is, like, has that always been, you know, your style, or is that something that you've picked up, you know, as you've gotten to college?
Me and my homeboy Mello, man, Jay Sherm, man, we always we never wanted to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We always kind of feel like everybody else was just kind of style stealing. You know, we all, like, when we got to high school, it's kind of like, man, we just started trying stuff, just trying to find our style. You know what I'm saying? And we just found it. You know what I'm saying? We found it, and we, you know what I'm saying? We found it, and you find clothes that kind of just go with your style, and they kind of just add together over time. And you kind of just got a lot of clothes that you just don't really get to wear like that.
Put it out, or put it on, and then figure it out.
Yeah, that's really what it be. You know what I'm saying? We kind of found our style, and then you started adding stuff on to it. You know what I'm saying? That's just who we are now.
That's sick, dude. I'm trying to get into like I don't wear jeans very much, but like recently I've been like, I found some jeans that I like. So like I might start rocking some jeans on game day walk and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I wish we could do that on game day walk. You would have seen, I need to be talking to you about that. Like, for real, like, we need to.
I'll put that up there. Okay. Because I do like that. You know, suits and stuff are cool, but you know, being able to express like
your type
kind of your type of style, I think that's something that we could try to get in.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely gotta talk to the head man about that one, for sure.
Talk to the head man for sure. So, you know, like talking about the Gamecock walk, game day experience, what is your favorite part about, you know, stepping off of the bus at Williams-Brice? Is it, you know, the Gamecock walk, 2001 pregame? Like, what is it for you that kind of gets you going?
I definitely feel like it's the Gamecock walk. You know what I'm saying? Right when you step out the bus, everybody know who you are. They know your face. They know your name. Everybody's just screaming your name, and it's just really just a lot of support right there. You know what I'm saying? I see my whole family on the Gamecock walk. They got their little section. So, I mean, that's probably the coolest part of that. That gets me so turned up. Like, at the end, you know what I'm saying? You walking into the band playing loud, and it just kind of make you get a little antsy, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, now I'm here, you know what I'm saying? You probably got your stomach probably turning for the game, and that kind of just really just soothes you out, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now we here.
Puts you back down.
Yeah, we just here to play football. Let's go do it, you know? That's definitely the thing to get me
For
going.
me, dude, it's like, and I still get goosebumps. I've been here a long time, and like I still get goosebumps when we come out of the tunnel, like right before 2001.
Fast.
And you look up, and especially if it's like a 3:30 like night game, and like it's so packed
Super
out,
packed.
and it's like, dude, like this is what you dream of.
That's the crazy thing, because like in pregame, like it's packed, but it's not as packed as when we go back out there. It's like that 20-minute difference. Like
everybody piles in.
Everybody comes in there.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to tell you.
The first time, I think it was because COVID year was weird and whatever, but I think it was 2021. We came out and played. It was like EIU or something like that.
Something great.
And it was the first game back from COVID, and we walked out, and I think everybody was like, "Oh crap! Like this is crazy. We're back for real now."
That was definitely like how my first game was in Willie B. I think we played Old Dominion. Yeah, Old U.
That seems like forever ago.
Facts. This season is so long, bro. But that was definitely like, wow, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of like always like the last person to run out the tunnel, so I never really get to hear 2001. I kind of get the end of it every time, but just everybody just going crazy after that 2001. That's kind of where I be at. That's like, whoa, you know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
nuts, dude.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
Everybody waving a towel. That get me turned up for sure.
It's the best. It's by far the best game day experience in the country.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? I done been everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Every game. And I definitely feel like that experience, the 2001, the tradition that we got here, man, it's awesome.
Matches, it goes up against anything.
Facts. For sure.
So the last 5 games of the season.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're looking to improve in your game? With your explosive style of play, is there anything that you're trying to get better at these next 5 weeks? Going into the last part of the season.
Really, just having fun every play, regardless of the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Just going out there and just being who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bubbly guy. You know what I'm saying? I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to, you know what I'm saying? That's just who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like to joke around, but just having fun on the field. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once you get to college, it's kind of like, man, let's learn this so I can play. But now it's like, man, I'm playing. So let's just go out there and just have fun so I can get back in my groove. You know what I'm saying? That high school me, so I can get back into my personality on the field. And I feel like that's going to make my game 10 times better as well. Not playing to please, playing to go out there and just go out there and
play
just
the game.
Play football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the biggest part of, like, I guess growing up as a player in college is, you first get here and it's like you got all this stuff that you got to learn. You got formations, motions, plays, like, and you're like, man, I got to worry about like my job. I got to figure out like what I'm doing first. And then with that comes a lot of like uncertainty. Like you're not really like in your groove, like you said. And then obviously you get to this point now. We're 7 games into the season, and you've played a lot of ball. So now it's a lot easier to just go out, like what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's
that's the biggest thing.
Why
like,
not
I know
go play fast and like have fun with it?
And I feel like that's what was holding me back in the beginning. It's not the fact that I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't confident that I knew what I was doing, because I knew what I was doing. Of course, I wouldn't be on the field if I didn't. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was just the confidence of just going out there and just playing with confidence, playing as myself, you know what I'm saying, going out there and just having fun. And I just feel like that's something that in the last stretch of the season that I just want to go out there and put on display for sure.
Play ball and have fun. I love it.
Play ball.
Last question. As a true freshman who's had a lot of success, what is the example that you hope to set for other true freshmen coming in and given the chance to have a major role and to make a big impact on a team? What's some advice that you would give those guys?
The biggest advice I give them is that it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy, but if you trust in yourself, if you trust in your support system, if you trust in God, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. If you put in the work for it, it's bound to come true. But you have to trust God. You have to trust God. You have to trust yourself. You have to be willing to put in the work to make it come true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to be in the position that other people are in. But if you really have the work ethic to make it happen, and you really trust in God and believe in Him and put everything, because I mean, every day is not rainbows and sunshine. You know what I'm saying? Every day is not that. And if you, one of the days that it's not, you just go back to your training. You know what I'm saying? Go back to your training. Go back to what you've been taught, and just trust your coaching, man. Anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest advice I could give them.
Yeah.
Fast.
Having fun with it and just taking every opportunity that's given to you. And
Take
I feel
every
like
opportunity for sure.
I feel like you've done a really good job of, being yourself out there, playing as hard as you possibly can every single play. And, it definitely shows. I mean, with the success you've had and will continue to have, not only through these next 5 games, but the rest of your career here. I think that's a testament to you and your work ethic. Because like you said, it's not easy. And like, it's going to be hard, but if you take it upon yourself to, put yourself in the position to succeed and, trust the people around you and the support system that you had, like you said, anything is possible.
Most definitely, anything is possible. You're going to lose friends along the way. And I just feel like that's definitely a part of it. Like, everybody doesn't have the same goals in life that you have. You know what I'm saying? And once you realize that and you realize who's being toxic, you have to cut them off for the betterment of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And
that's real.
And once you do that and you just lock in, man, you could take yourself so far.
So far.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when you find the people that's really meant to be in your life.
No doubt. Sure. Well, I appreciate you coming on today, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Look forward to
I appreciate you for having
getting
me
back out there on, what is it, tomorrow, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Big Tuesday practice.
Back at it. You know what I'm saying? Full pass. You know what I'm saying? We at it. For sure.
Sweet.